6'8" forward. Demetrius Denzel at 5. It's Lawrence Moore, 11 Marlon Johnson, 14 Negus Webster Chan, and 33 Shane Osayande. Saskatchewan Rattlers control the opening tip, and as we see right now, talking about some of the changes this team has gone through. Scott Lawrence Moore out there on the floor, spent the entire season up till the last game, the road game, being on the practice roster, now getting a chance with the departure of Bruce Massey. He occupies one of those import spots and right into the starting lineup.
Yeah, and sometimes, you don't want to get guys out of their traditional roles, right? So you have Alex Campbell, who's been the backup point guard all year, has done a really solid job for the team, but sometimes you want to keep players in those roles that they've grown accustomed to, so putting more into the starting lineup kind of disrupts the entire team maybe a little bit less, and what an opportunity for him to get out and show what he can do right off the bat.
And talk about right off the bat, Lawrence Moore buries the three-pointer. Talked in the opening, outstanding collegiate player out of Chicago, played here at the University of Saskatchewan under Barry Rollick, who's of course the assistant coach for this team. There with the answer on the other side for the Hamilton Honey Badgers is Joe Rocca.
Yeah, great shot by Rocca. Webster Chan with a really good contest on that. Rocca knocked it down right in his eye.
This is Tavrion Dawson, leading scorer in the league, trying to spin his way through, creates a bit of an opening, tries to go off the glass, can't get it to go. Osayande had a hand on it momentarily. Long outlet pass, preventing the shot from going is Marlon Johnson. He's going to be called for the foul.
Probably a pretty decent foul by Marlon Johnson there. That was a sure 2 points. Yeah. But one thing with depth in terms of the 5 spot, which Marlon Johnson plays, with both Jelaine Price and Possumus out tonight, he's really their only true 5 that's been getting many minutes. Although with this roster shuffle, you might see Osayande, for example, and some of the other new...
But he can also play in that big spot.
Yeah, he's just an explosive, thick athlete who can hold his own in the paint, that's for sure.
1-point Badgers lead following the 1-for-2 trip to the free throw line. Osayande controls. Another quick take here. Lawrence Moore for 3. That one off the mark. Coming down with it, Ricky Tarrant Jr. He's going to look to run the floor. Negus Webster Chan with him. He looks towards the corner. Now back up to the top. Now slowing things down just a little bit are the Badgers. Denzel Dyson will put up the long shot. That one well off the mark with hand in his face.
Rattlers employing his own defense on that possession there. Something you don't see in a ton of possessions in this league.
Nice to have Negus Webster Chan back as he buries the 3.
Yeah, boy, did they miss him over the last month. He was such a dynamic force on offense. Can hit that long-range shot, take it to the basket. Excellent defender in the passing lanes. They are really glad to have him back.
Rocca looking for the answer on the other side. A little long on that attempt. Osayande with the rebound. Yeah, I got a chance to talk to Negus at practice this week. Long pass, big dunk to finish. Marlon Johnson.
Marlon Johnson doing what he does best. Get this crowd on its feet.
Started to say, got a chance to talk to Negus Webster Chan at practice this week, and I told him we were worried that we might not see him again, and he said, "No, don't you know I'm superhuman." So that's good. That's the kind of confidence you like. Oh, nice play here underneath on the follow, getting the tip in. Joe Rocca draws the contact and will have a chance at a 3-point play.
Yeah, good strength by Rocca to finish through fairly substantial contact on the wrist there.
Mass substitutions for the Rattlers. Campbell, Gentry Thomas, and the home debut of Ali Haidar for the Saskatchewan Rattlers as Rocca heads to the free throw line looking to complete the 3-point play.
Haidar's another guy who could probably play some inside minutes. He's only about 6'6", 6'7", but really thick and strong. He's got a decent game inside and out.
Haidar wearing number 44 for the Rattlers at 6'7", as we mentioned in the opening, but if you weren't with us, from Lebanon originally, grew up in Windsor, Ontario, spent some time with the Lebanese national team. Foul here against Hamilton. This will be called on Ricky Tarrant Jr. Game endings up into 3rd place. Campbell will pick up the dribble. He passes off for Haidar. Haidar looking for Thomas. Instead, it's Tarrant there for the steal, and he'll have the dunk on the other end.
Yeah, just a bit of a miscommunication there between Haidar and Gentry Thomas. 2 guys who haven't been here that long.
Campbell working his way through traffic. He can't get it to go. Haidar there for the putback.
Good follow. And Campbell's one of those guys I look for to fill some of that production that Massey brought. He's a really solid player and always made good use of the minutes he did get. And now, even though he's not starting, I think his minutes will increase, and I suspect that he's going to produce big for the Rattlers.
Good read by Shane Asayande to pick that pass off. He feeds Gentry Thomas. Now this is Webster Chan. Back out long. Look for Ali Haidar. That one no good. Asayande way up to grab it. Kicked out of bounds by
The overall flexibility.
number 5 from the corner. Hamilton on the run. Looking ahead. Samson Carter goes off the glass. No good. He wants the foul.
That was a good straight up move by Asayande. Contact, but no foul.
Campbell puts up the 3 on the other end. That one no good. Head coach Chantal Ballet questioning the official. More good defense preventing the shot. Second effort good though. Keanu Post there to clean it up.
But both teams are really looking to push that pace and hit that ball down the floor. Defenses are really going to have to sprint back and be aware of where that ball is. It's going to come right by your ear if you're not ready.
Webster Chan can't find anyone to pass to. He puts up the 3, can't get it to go. Durant comes down with it. He'll look to run the floor. Goes off the glass. That no good. Another look underneath that won't drop for Hamilton. This is Rocca underneath. He gets it to go.
Lots of contact underneath. It looks like the official's going to let him play tonight.
Expands the Badger lead to 3. Just over 5 minutes into this one. This is Asayande up high. He can do a bit of ball handling, as we saw during his U.S. Huskies days, although that's not really his game. Thomas's shot comes up well short. Dribbling out with it is Trent Jr. Pardon me, that's Demetrius Denzel Dyson. Now into the hands of Samson Carter. Back up to Denzel Dyson. He's got an open look for 3. That one just a little off the mark. Negus Webster Chan there for the rebound.
And Denzel Dyson with a wide open look. He'd love to have that one back.
Gentry Thomas for 3.
And Gentry Thomas, he can get himself some buckets. This guy's a scoring machine. If he gets hot, look out. Light it up in a hurry. Kind of like a microwave from the Vinnie Johnson days.
Absolutely. Love it. The bad boys. Basket ties things up at 13. Just over 4 to go in the first quarter. Shane Asayande, some good defense there. Trent just can't quite get the clean look. So chance for Saskatchewan to regain the lead. Campbell looks to take it all the way, and he do that. Another attack. Basket. Coming. This is Scan showing has been front line.
Rattlers have tended to run really hot and cold.
Yeah, 3. With a beautiful game ball, courtesy of Spalding. Be true to the game. Lots of substitutions on both sides. We'll highlight those as we move along over the next minute or so. Javon Masters into the game. He's the one who brought the ball up the floor for Hamilton. Good swarming defense. Ali Haidar comes up with it, but then stealing it right back is Rocca. Hamilton unable to turn it into points. Now in the other direction goes Lawrence Moore. He dishes on the inside. Ali Haidar with the lay-in.
Great eyes, great find by Lawrence Moore.
Nice move on the other end. Looking to drive past Shaq Keith, gets it to go.
Doesn't do you any good if you give it all back on the other end in 2 seconds flat.
2 points Saskatchewan lead. Just over 3 minutes to go first quarter. Moore back up top for Marlon Johnson. Michael Linklater into the game. Haidar is here to receive the pass. He's going to drive, gets the lay-in. Ali Haidar making an impression on the Saskatoon fans in his first home game.
Yeah, Haidar uses his body really well to protect the ball, shield the defender.
Linklater on Trent. Post comes to set the screen. Tries to go off the glass. That one no good. Trent a little slow to get up. Rattlers have numbers in the other direction. Linklater looking into the corner for Marlon Johnson. Johnson bounces in for Haidar. Haidar's shot won't go. Loose ball scooped up by the Badgers. They'll look to run. This is Shaq Keith fresh into the game. Now he'll slow things down just a little bit. Keith 6'6" forward out of Toronto. Bounces in towards the corner. Tries to at least. Ball goes out of bounds instead. Demetrius Denzel Dyson in for Hamilton. Shane Asayande in for Saskatchewan. Also coming in for Hamilton, Eric Nissen.
They're confident in the entire group at 9 or 10 guys. They're awesome.
Yeah. touch. Tavron Dawson looks like he's going to be called. Tarrant to the bench.
I'll tell you, without Massey and with the new additions of Asayande, they're going inside more than they have all season long. We've seen more post-ups, I think, in this first quarter than we have in most games for the Rattlers. We're more of a spread the floor, attack the rim from the perimeter type team with Massey running the show.
Under a minute to go, 1 point Hamilton lead. They've got the ball. Looking to keep it alive here. Masters gets up into the air, lays it in off the glass, make it a 3-point Honey Badger lead. Webster Chan being harassed near midcourt. That leads to the turnover. Rocca's got an open path. That was an interesting take.
Yeah, that was a little scary there when he took off and it seemed like his knee just kind of gave out on him, but he looks like he's okay.
Yeah, you can see him kind of flexing it there. Does seem to be okay. Getting word from the production truck. Looks like he hyperextended it on the way up. Marlon Johnson off balance shot, no good. Asayande with the offensive board. Shot clock, game clock, virtually identical at this point. Rattlers can pretty much hold for the last shot. Unfortunately, they turn it over. Long outlet pass for Shaq Keith. He's going to look to drive. He gets it knocked away by Johnson. Going to be a desperation three-quarter court heave. No good.
In the game after this first.
The game of that. Score. Tarrant gets it over half. Then gets it back from Demetrius Denzel Dyson. Snaps it across. Samson Carter going to put up the long three from way outside. That one no good. Nissen there for the offensive board and the putback. It won't go. Nissen no good on either free throw attempt. So remains a 5-point game just underway. Second quarter, nice pass inside. One Husky feeds another. Shane Asayande going to draw contact.
Well, Asayande rolled one.
Handle inbounds duties. Long pass for Negus Webster Chan. He looks back inside. Marlon Johnson, he'll snap it back out. 4 more, down to 8 on the shot clock. Moore going to put up the shot after the nice little move. Hits for 3.
Nice little step back by Lawrence Moore. Got the defender on skates a little bit there.
Gives Moore 6 points on the night. He's taken over as leading scorer for the Saskatchewan Rattlers. Joe Rocca leading all scorers. He's got 8 points. Thankfully doesn't have a blown out knee after that weird shot. Nice touch from outside. Ricky Tarrant Jr. hits. He comes up a little bit gimpy after that shot.
Yeah, he kind of came down on the foot of the defender there. It looks like he's okay.
Gentry Thomas for 3 on the other side. Marlon Johnson maybe could have been called for foul there. Might have been a bit of a shot to the head. Pass off the mark intended for Samson Carter. Out of bounds. Back over to Saskatchewan, down 5. Ali Hyder back into the game. His first game here in the Snake Pit as a Saskatchewan Rattler. Marlon Johnson, Hyder has been very close throughout. Shane Asayande also making his Saskatoon debut as a Rattler. Moore's pass is picked off. Nissen will go on the run. Moore knocks back. Second chance. Looked like a pretty decent block. I think they're going to get Shane Asayande.
Big man to work in.
The Hamilton advantage to 7, 8:15 to go. First half of action from the Snake Pit. Thomas controls near side for Saskatchewan. A little bit of a screen from Asayande. Thomas now will look to drive. Got stuck a little too deep. Webster Chan snapped it back up. Open look. Lawrence Moore for 3. Oh, it's fun to be able to say that again. I thought my days of saying that were over, but man, oh man, making an impression here. 9 points, all from outside.
Yeah, and that play was generated by a great double screen by both of the big men. Ball swung to the corner, back to the top. Just a team bucket there, even though Moore gets the credit.
Nice drive on the other end. Ricky Tarrant, I don't know how he found the angle on that one. Scoops it up and under. So back to a 6-point lead for Hamilton. Negus Webster Chan, 4-3, just a little bit long. Couple of Badgers there for the rebound. It's Demetrius Denzel Dyson who comes away with it. Heads in the other direction. He tries to lob it down.
He did have... Yeah, he actually did not have a serious injury.
Thomas can't get it to go. Back come the Badgers. Shot off the mark for Samson Carter. As we hit the 7-minute mark here in the second quarter. Negus Webster Chan looking for the opening. Hesitation goes up. Count it! Webster Chan completes the three-point play. That allows Ricky Trent Jr. to sub back into the game for Hamilton. Rocca going to come out. Marlon Johnson will check back in for the Rattlers as Osayande checks out. 6:53 to 3. That one no good. Loose ball. Haidar. Webster Chan ahead for Johnson. Johnson was thinking.
Saskatoon and getting the fans involved until some Saskatchewan products can make an impact.
Moore gets the tip in on.
Yeah, let's start from.
We're going to get a Hamilton timeout. They hold on. Just over front. And for the last 3 seasons, it's back.
As it points with 2.5 minutes to go in the half to its Hamilton team that's kind of been struggling offensively for the last 3 games. You know, the Rattlers are a little disappointed in that so far.
Trent looks inside for post. He's matched up against Johnson. Turnaround shot just jams the front of the rim. Loose ball kept alive by Hamilton. Denzel Dyson is the one who comes away with it. Despite, I think Johnson getting a hand on the shot, gets it to go.
Yeah, Denzel Dyson with a really nice touch inside. Right man, right time. Finding the ball and making it happen for himself.
Gentry Thomas gets the feed. He hits for 3.
Deep 3 there by Gentry Thomas, but that is what he does best. He's got a great stroke.
Now he's going to look to take it all the way. Gets a very friendly roll. All of a sudden, a 4-point game. Nice little spurt here for Gentry Thomas.
Yeah, the microwave heating up a little bit.
1.5 to go, second quarter. Might stay with us at the half. We'll have a special interview with a local media celebrity. We'll take a look at some first half highlights as well. Long shot won't go for Trent. Thomas comes down with it. He draws contact. That's it. Campbell into the front court, bounces ahead for Dawson. Campbell looked to take it in, nice little give and go. Wide open look for Alex Campbell, just couldn't finish it.
Oh, he's not going to like watching that on the film tomorrow. That was a clean layup that he blew.
Denzel
Nice give and go with Dawson.
Yeah, absolutely. Beautiful. Denzel Dyson off the mark on that one. Gentry Thomas with the ball in his hands once again. Lobbing it for Marlon Johnson. Just couldn't quite finish it. Second chance goes Alex Campbell.
There you go. Alex Campbell making up for the little bump.
To go. Stop here could be huge for Saskatchewan heading into the half. Osayande going to be called. A little 4-point lead as we hit the 30-second mark in the second quarter. Lawrence Moore to his left. He's going to get up into the air. He hits. Hesitates as long as he could. Lets it go at the last second. Makes it a 2-point game once again. Shot clock off.
That tough look for Moore, but he knocks it down. He's feeling it just like Thomas is. Nice to have 2 guys rolling for the Rattlers here.
Gives Moore 15 on the night. Hamilton can hold for the last shot. Trent Jr. going to get up. Blows through traffic. Gets it to drop. And now Lawrence Moore going to look down the floor. Had a good line on it from beyond half court, but comes up short. And so at the half, it is a 4-point lead for the Hamilton Honey Badgers. Get another look at their last basket.
Drive all those people from the parks and the beach into the stadium.
Exactly. Hey, where can we go to find shelter? I'll tell you. The Snake Pit. Underway third quarter play. Saskatchewan down 4 with the ball to begin the third quarter. Lawrence Moore bounces ahead for Tavrion Dawson. It would be great if the Rattlers could get him going as he's off to a slow start. He's trying to feed it down low for Osayande. Gets it knocked away. And then the ball gets Hamilton's
Opportunities later. And
3 be over.
Yeah, for a guy who's the leading scorer in the league, he doesn't force it. He's not really a high usage player. He plays within the offense and within himself. He's a really efficient player.
Looking to drive, dishes for Webster Chan, leads the open take from the corner. Lawrence Moore for three.
Excellent ball movement. Dawson kicking to Webster Chan into the corner. Moore with a wide open look. Great team offense by the Rattlers there. Moore continuing his hot start.
Makes it a 1-point game. Moore up to 18 on the night. Looking to take the offensive foul there. Doesn't get the whistle. So back up to a 3-point lead. Moore, nice look inside. Asayande into the corner for Webster Chan. Dawson, he goes across court. Open look, Gentry Thomas. Moore, good ball movement. Leads to more points for Saskatchewan.
Yeah, great find by Dawson. 2 times down the floor. Just kind of over the donkey, but letting the game come to him. Defender closes out. He makes the great pass to the opposite wing. And Thomas able to knock down the 3.
Denzel Dyson draws the double team. Leads to the open take. Shot well off the mark, however, for Samson Carter. So Rattlers haven't had a lead in quite some time. A chance to get it here. Thomas looking to drive. He goes up strong. Third quarter. Trent into the hands of Nissen. He'll pick up the dribble. Looking for Denzel Dyson. Hamilton lucky to keep the possession alive. Nissen on the drive. Turned a whole lot of nothing into a couple of points for Hamilton. Tie game.
And Nissen with a lazy pass there, and he ended up sort of assisting himself in an unintentional kind of way there. Really good hustle to stay with it.
This is Dawson drawing the double. Dawson. More wraparound pass and bounce back over to
totally blind bounce pass wraparound to the pick and roll, just assuming Asayane would be there. Just couldn't quite get there in time in that instance.
Yeah, their careers overlapped at the University of Saskatchewan. Nice touch for Rocca with a hand. Foul goes on Gentry Thomas. Leads to the quick take. Nice touch for Rocca with a hand in his face.
Yeah, Rocca's really good at making those tough contested jump shots. Second time we've seen him make one with a hand right in his face.
He's into double digits. Tavrion Dawson driving. He'll draw contact.
Every coach is
excellent free throw shooter. Misses the...
You don't see that often.
No.
An over.
Remains a 2-point Hamilton lead. Tarrant goes past Moore, looks to drive, gets the lay-in off the glass. Nice move, Ricky Tarrant Jr.
Yeah, Tarrant's got that unique blow-by speed. He's just got that 0 to 100 acceleration. He can just go right by the defender.
Gentry Thomas trying to feed Shane Asayande. Good hustle by Thomas to come up with a loose ball for almost committing the turnover. Then Dawson has the shot. He can't find it. Now Hamilton on the run. Denzel Dyson gets up into the air in kind of awkward fashion. Leads to a loose ball situation. Negus Webster Chan back with Lawrence Moore. They'll slow things down a little bit. Thomas, little razzle-dazzle left and right. Hamilton wanted to walk. I thought it was good.
Oh, it certainly... with a little bit of sort of change of direction, almost Euro steppy kind of thing. But he was actually drifting away from the basket with his body and flipped it underhanded up, and it was a really nice, unorthodox move.
Yeah, good result for sure. Asayande might have gotten a hand on that one. More into the game.
Starting group coming out of the half didn't
at the quarter from inside the snake pit. Lawrence Moore, who's announced his presence with authority tonight. Home debut for Saskatchewan. Negus Webster Chan gets in trouble underneath. Dishes for Ali Haidar. He just kind of jams the rim. Ended up in a bad spot.
Yeah, missed opportunity there for Haidar to make that most of the time.
Now Ricky Tarrant Jr. once again just carving his way through the key. Gets the unlikely lay-in and a chance at pops in collegiately at the University of Memphis, as well as Alabama and Tulane. Does complete the three-point play. Lead back up to 5 for the Badgers. 5:46 to go, third quarter. Moore looking to work his way through. Can't find the opening for the hoop, so just dribbles out. Ali Haidar turnaround shot underneath, won't go. Second chance, gets blocked.
Yeah, it's going to be a goaltend. That was over the cylinder when it was blocked. But really, what a great Moore got into the paint there. A little spin move. Thought better of it. Made a great decision to pull that back out. And the end result is a basket by the Rattlers. He's playing a complete game right now, both physically and mentally.
Rattlers within 3. Trent picked up by Haidar. Keith the open look for 3. That one comes up short. There for the offensive board. Devon Masters, nice lob inside there to finish it off. Keanu Post.
Yeah, good look by Tarrant there, and a nice finish by Post.
Lead back up to 5. Thomas looking to attack. He kicks to the corner. Webster Chan hand in his face. That one no good. In the
Houston Rocca. It's lots of contact on the closeout.
Down to 6 on the shot clock as we hit the halfway point of the third quarter. Air ball from Lawrence Moore. Back over to the Badgers.
The Rattlers in a little bit of a danger spot here. They've fallen down behind again, and they're sort of unable to get over that hump.
Yeah,
they've gotten tied to that 2-point lead, and they just can't get over that hump.
Up top, this is Joe Rocca. Webster Chan on him. No good on the long take. Keith able to track down the loose ball. Ball tipped, I believe, by Saskatchewan. To check into the game for the Saskatchewan Rattlers, replacing Lawrence Moore. Going to get the media. The home game vacated. You just missed a couple of missed shots for Hamilton, and now you got to see a nice lay-in by Shat. Keith and a chance at a 3-point play.
Yeah, great play by Keith. Tough break for Saskatchewan as that ball's kind of rolling around. Loose ball, scramble situation. Hamilton ends up with virtually a 3-on-1 easy bucket and a touch foul for the N1.
Gentry Thomas, who we highlighted in that last pack, now up to 15 points on the night. Lawrence Moore leading the way for the Rattlers with his 18. Chad Keith completing the 3-point play. He's up to 10 on the evening. Dawson controls for Saskatchewan. All of a sudden find themselves down 8 after having a lead just a couple of minutes ago.
Really, the ball movement and creativity that they had coming out of the locker room that got them that early lead has kind of disappeared here in the last few minutes. They've ended up with a lot of contested shots. Honey Badgers have really tuned up their defense and have done a much better job of closing out and contesting everything the Rattlers are putting up.
Ali Haidar. Go Haidar.
Cold stretches.
Haidar goes 1 for 2 to make it a 7-point game. Rocca just dribbling through underneath. Gets the little reverse lay-in. So the lead back up to 9 for the Badgers. Webster Chan up into the air, feeding Haidar on the run. Haidar just couldn't grab it.
Yeah, Haidar's got to make that play. Great feed by Webster Chan, and then a transition bucket right out of the gate the other way. It's a tough sequence for the Rattlers. 4-point swing.
Back up to a double-digit Honey Badgers lead. Haidar, little contact here, going to get Rocca for the foul.
We haven't seen much Marlon Johnson in the second half either.
You're right.
Interesting, Coach Shockham's electing to go a little smaller. And here he comes right now. Looks like checking into the game.
He heard you. Calling for Marlon Johnson.
I have that kind of pull.
And Michael Linklater will also check in for the Saskatchewan Rattlers. Gentry Thomas to the bench. As always, a huge hand for Saskatoon guy Michael Linklater. Especially here on Aboriginal Heritage Night. Lots of his family in attendance. Saw a couple of his kids playing basketball at the half. There's a lot of basketball talent in that family.
Yeah, absolutely. Got to see some of that at the Wildwood basketball camp today that my son was at with Mike's son. And
yeah,
it's a great week of basketball. Thank you to Corey Daw and all of the Wildwood basketball crew for a great week.
The lead is 10. The lead is 12 now for Hamilton. Another nice jumper here. Joe Rocca with the good touch. Under 3 to go, third quarter. Saskatchewan came out of the gate at the half on fire, storming back, had a brief lead, and it's all fallen apart since then. Now 40 to go, third quarter.
For Mike Linklater to really put some ball pressure on here. Generate a little pressure, change of pace for the Rattlers, get him out of this slide.
Osayande feeds Linklater on the run. That pass might have been intended for Webster Chan. It ends up in the hands of Negus Webster Chan, and the shot ends up in the basket for three.
Yeah, it all worked out. Linklater did sort of get in the way, but he ended up with an assist for his trouble.
Pressure once again. You mentioned that Linklater's so good at that. Hamilton just able to get the ball inbound, and now in front court is Ricky Trent Jr. He's going to put up the long shot. That one short. Negus Webster Chan with the rebound. He'll go on the run. Ball kicked down to the ground goes Hamilton's Eric Nissen, leads to the fast break. That one won't go for Javon Masters, though. Back over to the Rattlers. Marlon Johnson looking to the corner. In 35 to go, third quarter. Rocca fakes right, goes left. Good defense, just a little too aggressive apparently. Looks like they might get Shane Osayande for the
take, but Osayande just a little out of position.
So Rocca to shoot a pair. Rocca, native of Sarnia, Ontario, playing not far from home, as he did collegiately. Attending Carleton University, also played at McMaster, played professionally in Slovakia and in the NBL. He hits them both. The lead back up to 9 for Hamilton. Campbell controls. He gets up into the air. Nice dish. Shane Osayande with the dunk to finish.
Yeah, great finish by Osayande. Nice find by Campbell. Little creative pass finding the lane.
Denzel Dyson, a nice touch for three on the other end.
Yeah, smooth stroke by Denzel Dyson.
And Rattlers maybe getting a little bit too. And we're flying out of.
With this, can climb back.
We're going to live. Another.
This is now, and he really.
Third quarter of play, a little slow down now.
Saskatchewan extending the pressure to full court here now. Kind of change the tempo a little bit.
Lucky to keep it alive briefly. Good save going out of bounds. Shane Osayande back over to Saskatchewan. Lawrence Moore up into the air. That pass knocked away. Moore lucky to keep it alive. He sees an opening. Lobs it. Shane Osayande!
Great offensive possession created off their defense, and they're going to bring the pressure again here.
Seen a couple of huge dunks from Shane Osayande tonight in his home debut as a Rattler. Rocca once again works his way through underneath. Loves that little reverse shot.
Yeah, he's great in traffic. Made a number of nice finishes tonight, and that time Hamilton did beat the pressure, but look for Saskatchewan to keep it on there. Try to at least force tempo here.
Time wide stay with deficit heading into the fourth and final quarter. Lawrence Moore there to receive it. He's going to have to just heave it.
Ball.
It's been an entertaining basketball featuring a lot of big dunks. That one was the one that kind of had a couple of minutes more. The Huskies reunited.
But the one guy who's really brought it all day long is a guy who's played below the rim all night, and that's Joe Rocca. Yeah, just making shot after shot, open looks, contested looks, inside, finishing in the paint. He's been the driving force that's really sort of balanced out Tarrant and has allowed the Badgers to maintain this lead.
Joe Rocca up to 22 points on the night for the Hamilton Honey Badgers, leading all scores. Lawrence Moore leading the way for Saskatchewan with 18, the vast majority of those coming in the first half. Gentry Thomas had a strong second half. He's up to 15 on the night. Ricky Tarrant Jr. up to 18 for the Hamilton Honey Badgers. Honey Badgers with a 10-point lead and the ball to begin the fourth and final quarter of play at the Snake Pit. Simon Hyatt, Scott Hawley with you once again. Ricky Tarrant Jr. being hassled by Alex Campbell. Looks like he might have gotten a bit of a shot to the mouth there. Eric Nissen feeding it down low there to finish it off. Demetrius Denzel Dyson.
Yeah, good finish by Denzel Dyson. Rattlers extended the pressure. That's really where they're at their best. Their intensity goes up a notch when they extend that pressure out, but not the results they're looking for as they turn it over on the other end.
Marlon Johnson with the rebound. Following the Hamilton miss. Hamilton now up to a 12-point lead. Campbell from the corner. Chance for 4.
A nice shot by Campbell there. He's almost I thought maybe he would tonight with Lawrence Moore playing so well. But again, just like he's always done, he stayed in that role, and when called upon, he's done his job, and he's just given the Rattlers a real boost here heading into the last 9 minutes.
Campbell commits the foul after pulling Saskatchewan back within 8. Plenty of time for the Rattlers to mount a comeback. We've seen this team's ability to go on furious stretches of scoring. Need to play some good with that. This is Campbell.
Yeah, doing the little things on both ends of the floor.
Gentry Thomas controls for Saskatchewan. Will look to get up into the air, wants the foul, can't get it, complaining to the official when he probably could have been chasing after a loose ball.
Yeah, and that was just a wild shot by Thomas. He needed to go get that ball and make up for his mistake instead of complaining about it, which he continues to do here. Tarrant comes over.
Webster is going to head over his way.
Yeah, Tarrant actually went over to the official and said he did in fact foul him. You don't see that much.
No, you don't. I like honesty. It's a rare trait these days. Rocca from the corner for 3, a huge shot.
Yeah, Rocca has just been money all night long.
Gives him 25 on the evening. 8:15 to go. Rattlers trying to stop a 3-game losing streak, as are the Honey Badgers. Whistle away.
Off at all after those first couple of facilitating him, but the ball really hasn't found him much in the second half at all after those first couple possessions. He still needs to get touches, even if he's not scoring. He does a great job of creating opportunities.
Big block shot by Joe Rocca. Dawson looking to attack, ball out of bounds. No foul call, will just stay with Saskatchewan. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Now we're going to have a brief discussion here as head coach Chantal Vallet up and asking questions of the officials.
It's kind of interesting they allowed her to actually cross half court.
Yeah. Big block
as well. But they're out what they're debating.
Webster Chan short on that 3-point attempt as he continues to play on. Lawrence Moore gets his shot blocked. Some big blocks here in the fourth quarter for Hamilton.
Yeah, it's a great defensive possession by Hamilton there. Multiple blocks, multiple turning Saskatchewan away multiple times.
Eric Nissen unable to finish it, but he'll head to the free throw line. Look at the great defense from the Honey Badgers. And Nissen again, transition basketball. Could tell he thought he should have been able to put that one away, but does head to the free throw line. Misses the front end.
Yeah, it's a good foul by Campbell. Again, that's a very high percentage shot, and Campbell doesn't have much of a chance to defend it. Commit the foul. Don't let him get the 3-point play and miss the first 3-point or this first free throw.
Nissen hits the second, makes the lead 12, 7:37 to go. Moore controls for Saskatchewan, directing traffic into the corner for Webster Chan, back up top to Alex Campbell. Campbell goes between his legs a couple of times, now looks to attack, goes off the glass, can't get it to go, but will shoot. That could be huge. Hits the point. Denzel Dyson, a little pressure there at half court. Nissen, good job to work through it. Good job by the Rattlers to get back and play defense off of that pressure. Dyson picks up the ball. Good read there by Asayande to pick it off.
Yeah, great D by Asayande. Leads to a transition opportunity.
Webster Chan going to pull back for the three. That one no good. Nissen way up to grab the rebound. Rocca gets it into the front court. Got an open Demetrius Denzel Dyson. His shot off the mark. Nissen comes down there. Second one, no good. Good job to keep it alive by Saskatchewan. They'll hit in the other direction. Alex Campbell picks up the dribble. Marlon Johnson up top. Looks left, goes right, looks down low. Shane Asayande underneath a big dunk.
Yeah, good finish through contact there. Easily could have been an and one.
Yeah.
A great find by Marlon Johnson. A great seal by Asayande. Nice play by the two bigs.
Back up top for Masters. He loses the handle. Good hustle. Tavrion Dawson comes up with the loose ball. He'll get the dunk to finish. 7-point game.
Saskatchewan can extend that pressure out again. Something they've had sort of some mixed success with so far tonight.
Crowd at the Snake Pit making some noise. Trying to will their team back into this one. Rocca's shot no good. Ball last touched, I believe, by Negus Webster Chan. Will stay with Hamilton. Ricky Trent Jr. back into the game for the Badgers.
And that zone pressure by Saskatchewan, it's good on the front end, but sometimes in the back end you have baseline cuts up available, and Rocca just went right down the baseline. Had an easy look for him tonight. That one just bounced out.
Quick take, no good. Marlon Johnson way up to grab it. He'll look to run the floor. He's got Tavrion Dawson with him. Dawson up in the air, can't get it to go, but will shoot a pair.
A strong take by Dawson. I know he wanted the three-point opportunity there.
Ball secured. The lead is 5 for Hamilton with the ball. Denzel Dyson controls, directing traffic. Dawson out on him. Post gives it back to Denzel Dyson. Three-pointer, no good. Loose ball, swatted at by Johnson. Hamilton keeps it alive.
Yeah, Denzel Dyson's have a tough night scoring the ball. He's usually a top scorer for them, and he really has kind of struggled tonight.
Looks like we're going to get a move.
But that clearly was moving screen by Post.
Dawson draws the double team. He ends up tumbling out of bounds. Hamilton Honey Badgers on the run with numbers. Shaq Keith with the lay-in. Back quickly come the Rattlers. Under 5 to go. Negus Webster Chan short on the three. Johnson way up there to grab it. Couldn't get a hand on it.
And the three-point game continues to be feast or famine for the Rattlers. They nail a few in a row and then go ice cold on some very open looks.
Johnson comes up limping as Denzel Dyson can't hit. Leads to transition points for Saskatchewan. Tavrion Dawson.
Both teams have been able to get up and down in transition here in the last few minutes.
Trent into Keith. He'll look to spin his way through. Good defense from Alex Campbell. Rocca trying to keep it alive. Unable to do so. Back over to the Rattlers. Gentry Thomas back into the game for Saskatchewan. Javon Masters in for Hamilton. 4:04 to go. Saskatchewan with the ball down 5.
Interesting, Webster Chan hasn't really been on in the last few minutes. Bringing in Gentry Thomas, who at the end of that first half was red hot. See if he can recapture some of that scoring prowess he showed in the first half.
Pass well read by Joe Rocca. He comes up with a big steal for Hamilton. He's had a huge night.
Yeah, it was just a poor angle on the entry pass from Campbell. He needs to just be a little bit more patient and get in position before making that entry pass.
Campbell brings it up the floor. He's just going to put up the long three. That one no good. No one there for the rebound. Rocca able to grab it for Hamilton.
A quick shot, but it was actually a pretty clean look for Campbell. Got to knock that one down.
Another big screen from Post. Trent bounces in for Post. Good block. No, they're going to count it. Ball was on the way down. Marlon Johnson got a hand on it. So we'll go with goaltending. 2 points for Hamilton. Tough to tell.
Dramatic goal.
3:15 to go. Campbell. Thomas fakes the shot. Now he will put it up, kind of falling off to his left-hand side. That one no good.
And it looks like a tough look, but Thomas is pretty good at that step back. He did get himself some space on that, but again, the Rattlers ice cold from 3 right now.
Tarrant, another huge take, carves his way through, gets it to drop lead back up to 11.
Yeah, they can't keep Tarrant out of the lane right now. You know, we saw that last time out was the
Lawrence.
Shot.
Technic. Take. Following personal. Scott, yeah, well done. Keith brings the ball up. Gets it stripped away by Shane Asayande. Asayande and Keith battle for it. Great play by Keith to get it into the hands of his teammates as he was down on the floor. It looked like Asayande had a steal. Shot clock now getting short. However, that's not going to matter as we're going to get a foul called against Shane Asayande.
And that is tough. He was moving his feet, got a little bit of contact with 5 seconds on the shot clock, and he just reaches in a little bit there. If he'd kept his arm.
Moore controls for Saskatchewan. Little screen there from Tavion Dawson. Now he gets the ball from Lawrence Moore. Shuffles the foot a little bit. Dawson looking to drive. Gets up into the air. Count it! Start to 2-score game. Just over 2 minutes to go. Shaq Keith into the front court. Into the hands of Denzel Dyson. Masters up top. Ali Hader back into the game for Saskatchewan. Keith looking to drive. There. No good. Coming into this game. So he's now a 50% free throw shooter. 1:50 to go. The lead is 6. Moore looking to attack. He gets the shot block. A trio of Hamilton Honey Badgers were there. It was Nissen who ends up coming up with the block.
And Nissen sort of swallowed that shot and gave them a tumbo. The
little finger wag there.
Yeah.
Keith, between his legs, looks to attack. Shot blocked by the Badger.
Really.
Inbounds pass finds Shaq Keith. Down to 4 on the shot clock. Going to be Rocca to put it up, and that one rattles home, and that just might be the dagger for the Rattlers.
Of course he does, right? Rocca with another dagger. He's been delivering them all night. It's been a little while since we've seen him sink one, but at a critical moment in the game, he steps up and just cold-blooded knocks it down.
Looked like we had a timeout there, but in fact we don't. Play on, they say, a 9-point lead now with the big dagger from Rocca. Give him 28 points on the night. Huge game for Joe Rocca. And now we'll get another turnover for the Saskatchewan Rattlers. Negus Webster-Chan just unable to hang on to that one. Ends up knocking it out of bounds, and it looks like the team that will snap their 3-game losing streak will be the Hamilton Honey Badgers. Barring a furious late charge from the Rattlers, Keith goes across court for Denzel Dyson. Rocca looks down at his feet. That shot no good. Haidar gets a hand on it. He tips it for Negus Webster-Chan. Webster-Chan on the drive. Gets
from no fear going to the...
Denzel. No.
At all there.
Thomas feeds Haidar. Haidar goes to the left hand. No good. Alex Campbell with the lay-in.
Cut.
TV and CBC Sports.
True to the game.
Hit the basket aggressively. He looks.
Slash tickets for these Hamilton, and you can get your. They're hosting the 3 and 10 Dyson going to dribble out with it, dribble out the final couple of seconds as the Hamilton Honey Badgers able to withstand the late charge from the Saskatchewan Rattlers en route to a 102-96 win for the Hamilton Honey Badgers. So an entertaining game once again, Scott, but tough for the Rattlers. 4 losses in a row.
Yeah, they just couldn't find their consistency tonight. They had some flashes of really good play, some flashes of not so good play, particularly on the defensive end in transition, and then with their shooting, as always, really, really hot and cold, hit and miss. They need to find their stride and be able to consistently bring it on both ends to have success.
Obviously some new faces for the Saskatchewan Rattlers, and Lawrence Moore certainly stepped up, was good in his home debut as a Rattler, ends up with 18 points on the night for the Saskatchewan Rattlers. Their leading scorer, Alex Campbell, Negus Webster Chan, in his return from injury, they both end up with 17. Gentry Thomas with 15 in the losing effort. Joe Rocca really the story for the Hamilton Honey Badgers, especially in the second half of play. He ends up with 28 points on the night. Ricky Tarrant Jr. with 22. Shaq Keith with 15 in their 102-96 win. Once again, a reminder, next action for the Rattlers, another home game coming up Thursday night. They're hosting the 3-10 Guelph Nighthawks at 7 p.m. Rattlers fans, you can get your tickets